natural frequency of the vibration. That is the 1 by 2 pi into square root of s by m plus 33 by 140 mc. So that means it is incorporating here. Okay, 33 by 140 into mc is incorporating here. So that is the okay for transverse vibration. Now going to take the okay next topic. Please turn off your mics. Natural frequency of free transverse vibrations due to a point load acting over a simply supported shaft. Now all of you observe that. So what we have seen in earlier cases, that is the type of beam or cantilever. Now they may also consider here simply supported shaft. Simply supported shaft. When we consider the simply supported shaft, the shaft is carrying to the load. Okay, load. So point load, that is also okay, having the distance from the one end is the L1 and another end is the L2. The total length of the shaft is smaller. So then we may also find out the our static deflection. Why? Because so in this the natural, for find out of the natural frequency of our okay, transverse vibration value is the our 1 by 2 pi into square root of g by delta, or it may also written as 0.4985 by root delta. In this, how to find out the delta value? Delta means static deflection. Static deflection. Okay, static deflection. So you may also find out the static deflection value. So this static deflection values already determined in our okay earlier semester. That is the strength of material topic is there. In that deflection of beams chapter were covered the okay total static deflection values, total types of beams and their deflection values. So just we may also remind that those formulas here in the tabular column. So just all of you observe that. All of you observe the our tabular column. So first one, that is the cantilever beam, and the load is acting at the end of the okay, load is acting at the free end. So then their deflection value is WL cube by 3EI. Okay. So how to get the delta value? You know the okay total procedure how to get the our static deflection value. Okay, already done in our particular chapter, deflection of beams chapter. How to get the particular value, static reflection value. So similarly, to change the okay, the beam is the cantilever, but type of load is UDL. So the type of load is UDL. Then find out the our static deflection. So that static deflection value is varying here. So that is the WL power 4 by 8 EI. WL power 4 by 8 EI. And third one is the simply supported, and that is okay carrying the point load, and the point load is also uh, okay maintaining the left support to A and right support to B distance. So then their static deflection value is the WA square B square by 3EL. Okay. Next one, simply supported beam with central load. The type of beam is simply supported, but the load is placed at the center. Okay, placed at the center. So then their formula is WL cube by 48 EI. WL cube by 48 EI. And fifth one, simply supported beam again but varying the our type of load, that is the UDL load. UDL load is acting. So then the deflection value is delta equals to 5 by 384 WL power 4 by EA. And now sixth one, fixed beam, and the beam carrying the point load. The distances from the left and right supports are A and B. The total length is L. So then their deflection value is the WA cube B cube by 3A L. 3A L. And similarly, to take fixed beam and the point load, okay, the point loads are 2 point loads are sorry, 2 point loads are arranging here. So when we arranging the 2 point loads, then again find the our static deflection value delta equals to WL cube by 192 EA. And now the fixed beam is also there, but varying the our UDL, varying the load of UDL. So that is the delta equals to WL power 4 by 384 EA. Okay. If you have forgot the particular details, then simply to copy, okay, in your notebook. Just simply to copy in your notebooks. Why? Because these are very important for solving of the our problems. Okay. And how to achieve the particular value, that derivation part already over in our deflection of beam shaft. Okay. Now we will do the small problem regarding to the okay, earlier topics. Just all of you read carefully. So a flywheel is mounted on a vertical shaft as shown in figure. The both ends of the shaft are fixed and its dia is 50 mm. The flywheel has a mass of 500 kg. Find the natural frequency of longitudinal and transverse vibrations. Take capital E equals to 200 giganewton per meter square. And they may also mention there, okay, our diagram. So that is the which type of beam it is. Anyone respond? It seems to be which type of beam? Is it cantilever or simply supported or fixed? Okay, it seems to be fixed beam. So now just write the given values. So that is the small d equals to 50 mm and small ME value. M value is the 500 kg, flywheel mass 500 kg, and X modulus value is the 200 giganewton per meter square. It is converted into Newton per meter square. That is the 200 into 10 power 9 Newton per meter square. We know that first we will find out the cross sectional area of the shaft. So area of the shaft, so that is our pi by 4 d square. Okay, just we will find out the area of the our shaft, so that is the pi by 4 d square. So in that d value substituted here. So when we substituting the value, then simply to achieve the value, so that is the 1.96 into 10 power minus 3 meter square. So that is the our simply support, okay, sorry, cross sectional area of the shaft. And now going to find out the moment of inertia. So moment of inertia of the shaft, what is the formula? Pi by 64 into d power 4. Just substituted the d. Now we get the 0.307 into 10 power minus 6 meter power 4. Okay. All of you copy the matter, okay, parallelly. Now the thing is, for find out of the longitudinal vibrations, so let small m1 is the mass of the flywheel carried by the length L1, and another mass, that means m1 mass is carrying to the length L1, and remaining mass, that is the m minus m1, equals to mass of the flywheel carried by the length L2. So actually it is sharing that. So that is the how much of flywheel mass is there. So that mass is carrying to the, okay, this shaft, okay, total shaft. In that upside shaft is carrying, okay, so L1 length is carrying some load, and L2 is carrying the some load. So how much of the load is carrying to the L2 and L1? So those are the representing here. M1 is the length of L1, and M minus M1 is the length of L2. Now you know that extension of the length L1, extension of length L1. So that means, so how much of deflection? So uh, just if you are imagined to the our system, okay, this, okay, up to only this place, just you are imagined to the only up to this area, only up to this area. Okay, just observe that. If you are observing up to this place, so then what will happen? So generally, so then up to this place, then it seems to be our cantilever type, and the load, okay, the flywheel mass has carried to the particular length. When it is carrying the particular length, so then it may also have the some extension. Why? Because it is carrying to the some load, flywheel mass. So when it is carrying that, so and load is there, then definitely it may also have the some extension. Okay. So that is the displacement. Some displacement will happen in their particles. So that is the our WL by AE, simple formula, WL by AE. So in this only consider the up to our this area, okay, up to this place. So W1 L1 by AE. So W1 is also written as M1G L1 by AE. Just let us take the equation number 1. Let us take the equation number 1. And now similarly, to find out the compression of the length L2. Why? Because if you are observing the, if you are observing the only this portion, up to this portion, so then the rod is carrying to the, okay, top side will be arranging to the our flywheel mass. So and the bottom is the, okay, rod is there, one end is fixed, and okay. So when we see the particular type of arrangement, then their compression, here what will happen in this, it may also have the compression length will happen. Compression is happening in this system. So that's why compression length is again, so WL by AE. So WL by AE is replacing with W minus W1 by W minus W1 into L2 by AE. So W minus W1 is also written as M minus M1 into G into L2 by AE. This is taken as the equation number 2. This is taken as the equation number 2. This is taken as the equation number 2. Now all of you observe that. Now equating the equation number 1 and 2. Now equating the equation number 1 and 2. Why? Because those two things are happen in our particular system. Why? Because it is a fixed wheel. But when we take the only first portion and second portions, so that time we may also consider as the some place, okay, some of the length is having the extension portion, and some of the length is having the compression portion. But both are not happening. Why? Because both are okay, both are having in our this limit. So that is the both sides are fixing here. So that's why equation 1 and equation 2 both are equal. Okay, equation 1 and equation 2 are equating here. So when we are equating here, so that is the m1l equals to m minus m1 into l2. That term is only remaining. Okay, that time only you have the only this portion. Only you have the only this portion. Okay, that term is only remaining here. So now what are the known values are there? Those values are substituting in this. So that is the our m1 into l value is the 0.9, and m is the total mass of the flywheel is the 500 minus m1 into 0.6, l2 is the 0.6. So now we okay, solving the equation, so that value will come nearly m1 is the 200 kg. M1 is the 200 kg. So that is the our value is there. So m1 is 200 kg. Now, so when we know the our m1 value, that value is substituted in our deflection. Okay, if that value is substituted in our deflection formula, that is the our extension of the length. So that is the delta equals to m1g l1 by ae, whatever it may be. If you are taking to be our that one also compression of the length, both are equal. Okay, so delta equals to m1g l1 by ae, m1g l1 by ae. So so just substituted these values. So when we substituting the values, then simply to make the calculation, so then the value will come nearly, okay, then the value will come, so that is the 4.5 into 10 power minus 6 meters. 4.5 into 10 power minus 6 meters. So that is the static deflection. Okay, static deflection value. So when we know the static deflection value, that value is simply to substitute in our frequency. So that is the natural frequency for longitudinal vibration. Fn equals to 0.4985 by root delta. 4985 by root delta. So the delta value is the 4.5 into 10 power minus 6. So just make the calculation. The value is 235 hertz. The value is 235 hertz. Now going to find the natural frequency for transverse vibration. So what we find in earlier, so that is our natural frequency for longitudinal. So that's why we write the simple equation. So that is our longitudinal vibration is the our WL by AE formula. Okay. So but when we consider as the our transverse vibration point of view, so then type of beam, which type of beam it is, so that is fixed and both ends are fixed. Okay, both ends are carrying the okay some loads. Shaft is fixed and it is carrying the some load. So then those that point load is also carrying, and the point load is also having the distance from the one support, upper support and bottom support. Those are the values will be considered A and B. So now, so the delta equals to, okay, for getting the static deflection, delta equals to W A cube B cube by 3A L cube. W A cube B cube by 3A L cube. So then those values are substituting in this equation. So W is the our 500 into G, sorry, mg. So that is the 500 into 9.81, and A is the 0.9, and B is the 0.6, and E, Young's modulus 200 into 10 power 9, and I 0.307 into 10 power minus 6, and L 1.5, total length of the shaft 1.5. When you substituting the values, then make the calculation. Then make the calculation. That is the our 1.24 into 10 power minus 3 meters. 1.24 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Now that value is also substituted in our equation. That is the our natural frequency of transverse vibration. So that is the 0.4985 by root delta. So just substituted the delta value in our equation. So then simply to get the our 14.24 hertz. 14.24 hertz. 14.48. Just all of you copy the matter. It is very important problem. Natural frequency of free transverse vibrations due to uniformly distributed load acting over a simply supported shaft. So now we are going to find out the our simply supported shaft. And when the simply supported shaft is carrying to the UDL load, so then we may also find the natural frequency for transverse vibration. So all of you observe that. So it is consider a shaft AB. So that shaft is AB carrying a UDL load, and that load value is the W per unit length in our figure as shown in figure. So before going to start the derivation part, we may also do the some. We may also see the some notations. So those are the observe the diagram and represent the our notations. y1 equals to static deflection at the middle of the shaft, and a1 equals to amplitude of the vibration at the middle of the shaft, and w1 equals to udl per unit static deflection at the middle of the shaft. And now, so for solving of this one, let us consider the small section of the shaft at a distance x from A and length delta x. So for find out of this, okay, this total shaft, so they may also consider the only small element, small strip. So that strip is the here, this is the one small strip. They are also consider one small strip. So this is the strip. Okay. This is the small strip is there. So for find out of the total shaft, they may also find the only small strip. So let us know the some small notations. Those are the small y equals to static deflection at a distance x from A, at a distance x from A, and small a equals to amplitude of its vibration. So that is the what is the strip we have taken in our in our method. So that static deflection value is the y, and their amplitude is the small a. Okay, small element amplitude value and their static deflection values are y and a. And now going to write the our work done on the small section, work done of the small section. So for getting the work done, that is simply to write here. So that is the our work done point of view, our force into distance. So in this, so that is the 1 by 2 into w1 and a1 into delta x into a. So just observe that. So what is the force value is there? Force, how much of force is concentrating on this place? So small element of the force, our load value. So that is the our w1. Actually the value is W1 is the uniform distributed load. Okay, at the middle of the section W by Y. Now here, so that is that value is W1 into A1. Okay, W1 into A1 by 2 into delta X. Okay, so that is the our when we take the our load value. So that is depending upon the our length. Okay, depending upon the our length. So that is the W1 A1 is there into delta x. So that is multiplied with the delta x. This is the our force value into A. Okay, A is the our amplitude distance. Okay, force into distance. How much of distance is there? Their amplitude. Okay, that is the amplitude value is the our this one. So now, so that is simplifying the equation. So that is the 1 by 2 into W by Y1. W1 is also written as W1 is also written as W by Y1 in this W by Y1 into A1 into delta x into A. Again, it may also simplify that 1 by 2 into W into
Well,
A1 by Y1.
A1 by
Hello? Hello? 1 by 2 into W into A1 by Y1 into A into delta X. Just simplifying the equation. So what is the work done is there? Work done value, okay, that is simplifying the equation. That is the force into distance. So that force value is here, that is the our, okay, what is the force is there? That means that what is the load? Mainly to take the load that has been taken here. So here the maximum potential at the extreme position is equals to the amount of work to move the beam from the mean position to one of its extreme position. So those are also already written here. So that is the work done of the small element. So that has been already done. So now going to find the our maximum potential energy at the extreme position. Maximum potential energy at the extreme position. So extreme maximum potential energy. So that is taken as here. So that is the for getting the maximum potential energy at the extreme position. That is that they may also consider as the our limits also. So that is the our 0 to L. The limits are 0 to L. And now the value, what the value uh, has attained in earlier. So that is the 1 by 2 into W into A1 by Y1 into A into dx. Okay. So both are equal. Maximum potential energy at the extreme position is equals to the amount of work done. Amount of work done. So that amount of work done is how much? 1 by 2 into W into A1 by Y1 into A dx. So that, okay, that has been written here. Now that equation is considered as the equation number 1. Consider as the equation number 1. So assuming that the shape of the curve of a vibrating shaft is similar to the static deflection curve of the beam. So what type of curve is there? So that curve is seems to be our, okay, shape of the vibrating curve is seems to be deflection curve. So therefore A1 by Y1 equals to A by Y. So both are similar, both are equal. Okay. So that equals to C. A1 by Y1 equals to A by Y, that equals to C. So from that A1 by Y1 equals to C. Or it may also written as A equals to YC. A equals to YC. So now that A equals to YC is substituted in our equation. In our equation number 1. In our equation number 1. So that therefore the equation is integral of 0 to L 1 by 2 into WC into YC dx. So those two are changes. So W A1 by Y1 is C and A equals to YC. Both are substituting in this. C into YC into dx. Now the equation is okay, changing. So that is the 1 by 2 into W into C square y dx, c square into y dx. That is the integration of 0 to L. Now the equation is considered as the 2. Now the equation considered as the 2. Since maximum velocity at the mean position is omega a1, where omega is the circular frequency of vibration. Therefore, maximum kinetic energy at the mean position. Now we have to write the maximum kinetic energy at the mean position. Maximum kinetic energy. So that is the V is okay. Velocity is replacing with omega a1. Okay, V is omega a1. So that is the our kinetic energy at the mean position value is the half into mv square. Generally written that, but here integral of 0 to L, that is the half into m is replacing with the value. So that is the okay w dx by w by g into dx into omega a square. Omega a square. Now simplify the equation. That is the w by 2g into omega square c square into integral of y square dx. It is taken as the equation number 3. It is taken as the equation number 3. So earlier one is the potential energy at the extreme position, and this one is the kinetic energy at the mean position. That is the our w by 2g into omega square c square integral of 0 to L y square dx. Now both are equating. Okay, now both are equating. So why? Because energy method, from in our energy method both are equal. So that is the 1 by 2 into omega wc square y dx equals to w by 2g into omega square c square integral of 0 to L y square dx. So common terms are cancelling here. The remaining term is omega square equals to g into integral of 0 to L y dx and integral of 0 to L y square dx. So in this, omega equals to square root of this one. So that is the g into y dx by integral of y dx by integral of y square dx. Now simply to write here, so that is the our omega value calculated in earlier session. Now the thing is, when the shaft is simply supported, then the static deflection at a distance x from A is y equals to w by 24 ei. Equation has been written here. Equation has been written. So that is the y equals to w by 24 ei into x power 4 minus 2l x cube plus l cube x. Okay, so this is the equation. How to achieve the particular equation? So just they may also give the some briefing here. So why? Because when we take the our type of beam simply supported and carrying the UDL, so then they may also simply to write here for getting this equation. So that is the our bending moment equation. Just remember the particular procedure. So that is the bending moment equation is the ei d square y by dx square. So that value is equals to wx square by 2 minus wlx by 2. Okay, so this is the equation is there. So for in this we may also find the y. So that is the ei into just integrating the term. Why? Because d square y by dx square is there. So when we integrating that dy by dx, okay, dy by dx equals to wx cube by 2 into 3 minus wlx square by 2 into 2 plus c1 plus c1, and again integrating the particular term. Why? Because of the our cancellating of the this terminology. Okay, so that is the ei y equals to wx power 4 by 2 into 3 into 4 minus wl into x cube by 2 into 2 into 3 plus c1x plus c2. Now ei y equals to wx cube by 24 minus wl x cube by 12 plus c1x plus c2. In this, c1 c2 are the constants. Okay, c1 c2 are the constants. So for getting the those values, they may also consider as the x equals to 0 and y equals to 0, then c2 equals to 0, and x equals to 1 and y equals to 0, then C1 is the WL cube by 24. So now the value y equals to W by 24 EI into x power 4 minus 2L x cube plus L cube x. So what the procedure, what the procedure were given. So this totally, made up, this totally made up in our deflection of beams chapter. Okay, how we write the particular term, that is the static deflection value. So this is the, that procedure has been also mentioned. And again, integrating our earlier equation, so that is the our y equation, static deflection equation. When we integrating that, so then the value will come WL power 5 by 120 EA. And similarly, to make the our another equation is there, integration of y square dx. Why? Because we may also get the kinetic energy place. Kinetic energy place, we may also have the y square dx. So that's why y square dx means y is known. So y square dx value is how much? Integrating of the squaring of this term. What is the term is there? Y term is there. Just squaring that, and again integrating that term. So then the value will come W square by 576 E square I square into 331 L power 9 by 630. So this is the equation number 7. And from that, they may also find the omega. Okay. When we know the omega value, that value is simply to substitute the frequency. So that is the frequency equals to our omega by 2 pi. So just substitute the values. Then similarly to find our delta S static deflection for simply supported, that value is also there, static deflection values.